Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you what I've been working in for the past like 2 days. Well, I have been doing this project called chrootbox, and it's a bash utility is written in bash, and it basically allows to create like a light container. I show you how I done it. And what would you mind asking? What's the difference with this container from using Docker or Podman? Well, the problem I had with Docker and Podman was that the images were not transparent to use. What do I mean by this? Let's see. Uh, let's see. I have it in this disk. Okay, Archbox. The image I used before. Look at this. This is a ISO of that's used with Podman or Docker, and this isn't precisely the okay. Okay, so we have this image here. So this is cool and all. Okay, it's cool and all, but it has so it gives you here the stuff. Okay, the things are kind of not like the most accessible. You have to open the stars. You have layers because of overlay effects. And the solution I found was simply using Bash. Bash with some scripts, because what I actually wanted to do was use it for personal use, only me, not something that you have to download a specific image or from a web page, but something one would use in the day-to-day, use a script. Well, let's look into it first. We have this chrootbox script. This is the main one, the Shaban options. Well, I'm adding some options. So first run, it does creates a namespace with these things, because I used mount before without the namespace. The problem was that I was using first cruiting into Alpine normally with commands like crude uh, directory. But this has a problem. Before root, you have to mount the directories to the directories dev, sys, and proc, and sometimes run also. But well, let's not. The problem, those mounts, you have to unmount them after you mount them. The problem is if you unmount them incorrectly, they get stuck, and it kind of it made me have to restart. Yeah, it made me have to restart my machine to mount everything. But with a namespace there, that problem doesn't exist. I can just say this, and with the when the script ends, it mounts. Well, I show you. This has traps, mounts, and root. Let's see what those do. First, uh, traps. This is a very simple script. Basically, it detects some signals that you can send the process, and with this ends, it mounts everything. I use the source and exit. Okay, let's see. And then here, this doesn't do much. This is only a source, mouse basic. Here, proc, dev, dev.sd, something like that is mounted. They have some weird names. Here I mount the X11 socket, and here I mount either Pulse Audio or PyWire, depending on what you have on your machine. Yet this is in a very early stage, so well, it's not very automated precisely because I even had to set up the audio because it doesn't yet have the ability from inside Alpine. By the way, I'm using an Alpine root FS. Here you have it. Now I'm going to show you the root. Here I pass the. This is for later when I create the user inside the root. Right now I'm just using the root user. Well, let me show you. Sudo chroot user vname display x authority gdk lan lco per server. I don't need these two, but I put them anyway. And I use sh because Alpine doesn't come with bash by default. Let's see. I have to organize them. You can like pass them some stuff. Here I just pass the distro. Let me see. Let me just organize this a bit. I don't need the distros here. Okay, but enough talking. I'll just show you something quick and I'll start testing the board. Well, we share mount PD. Yeah. Here to mounts we pass distro because we need it for everything in the mounts because let me show you. Mounts basic with Featherpad. Root. I just passed this as distros and this was the distro name we put the no talking, and now we have to try the actual thing. Chrootbox room. Well, first I'm putting some goodies here like chrootbox help. Here you see it in Spanish. Spanish is my first language, but now let's run Alpine. But first, Alpine. This will be for a future, like the script will allow you to download the things and all of that. But now let's see. Chrootbox, run Alpine. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we have Alpine. But still, let's see. I run xclock. I still haven't done this because of the things with the user. So right now, only for testing. Don't do this at home. Xhost. Plus, this command will allow every single thing to connect to the X server. Anything downloads. Don't execute it on your PCs. This is only for testing. If you are debugging something, I'm gonna install Xhost later to fix this. Okay, Xhost plus access control disabled. And now we can use xclock. Okay. And the hour, the time is a bit botched. I have to fix that. Also audio works. I don't know why it's failing, but anyway, it might be because of OBS, I guess. But this worked normally when I tested. This is like my HDMI audio. But well, this is still in a very early stage. Now we say exit, and it unmounts everything. It's not technically necessary because the namespace, I think it gets like destroyed when we finish the script. But I guess it's something you're never going to solve. Well, let's see. Mhm. Okay, so well, that's the thing I'm working on. I think of publishing on GitHub under the GPL, GPL v3, so it's free and open. It will be free and open source, like almost everything I use. Well, goodbye.